Our second story today takes us back to the 1980s to a stuffy conference room, an awful boss named Mike and one employee who finally had had enough. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like and subscribe with the turned on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. The meeting that ended with a scent of justice. Many years ago, I worked second shift in a corporate production facility with the worst immediate supervisor I have ever encountered. Mike spent most of his time in his office reading or talking on the phone with his wife. Any problems we encountered were met with disdain and disgust, and he usually chose me to blame for most of them and begrudgingly fixed what he could. This usually involved the computer system that none of us were allowed to touch. Our job mainly entailed printing reams of reports for our very clientele and mailing out hard copies and filing backups in our facility. It was fast-paced and exhausting, and coworkers frequently called in, so we were often short-handed and forced to work late. We had one particularly terrible month where reports were sent to the wrong client, backups were filed in the wrong folders, and essentially lost. There were 6 of us. He chose to single me out unfairly, and I got written up and put on 90 days probation. Mind you, had he done any work at all, we wouldn't have been short-staffed. A few months later, we had a large company-wide mandatory meeting, including the whole day shift and the big wigs from the main office. About 30 people packed in a conference room designed to hold about 20. We underlings sat in chairs at the back of the room with my supervisor sitting right by me. It was very stuffy and warm, and the meeting went way longer than anticipated. Every time we thought it was wrapping up, a person would ask another question and extend the meeting 5 to 10 minutes. As the meeting droned on, I felt my guts began to bubble. I was doing everything I could to hold it in, but it was becoming evident that it wasn't going to happen. I squeezed as tight as I could, but once it started to slip, there was no holding it back. Thankfully, it came out silent and then it began to blossom. As soon as the first person in front of us smelled it and turned around, I looked right at my boss and under my breath, but loud enough for the room to hear, exclaimed, "Mike!" with a look of disgust on my face as I scooted away from him. The whole room fell silent and the meeting quickly came to a close as he sat there red-faced and stammering. But I didn't, as everyone quickly exited the room. He made my life a living hell after that, and I quit before he could get me fired. It was worth every bit of it. Oh man, not as satisfying as I hoped. I was looking for something like a pterodactyl swooping in and yanking Mike out of his seat to carry him off to its nest and let its pterodulls feast on his innards, but I guess we'll take what we can get. And our second story. The best productivity hack I found is a locked door and the will to ignore knocking. I work in an office, one of those semi-open layouts where everyone thinks everyone else's time is communal property. My office has a door thankfully, but since I'm in and out a lot, I usually keep it open. The downside, my desk might as well be a revolving door for interruptions. People wander in to ask questions, to gossip, or to start a sentence with "quick thing."